For the homework tonight, you're going to do two problems like we did in class, graphing a circle, and then you're going to have to give the equation of the circle. And so I'm going to walk you through samples of the problem. Please excuse any weird background noises. I'm still at school. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is identify the center. And the center for this one is 4, 2, because we have x minus 4 quantity squared, y minus 2 quantity squared. This indicates the center. The radius is the square root of the number. I guess you could call it the other equals. We have an expression that's equal to 25 here, and so then the radius is equal to 5. So in order to graph this, first we need to graph the center, and then make some points about 5 away, or exactly 5 away from the center on every side. And then do your best to make the curves that will connect the dots that creates the circle. You can, if you want, you can use your compass instead if you want to make it look a little bit better. I'm just going to try to erase a little bit here to smooth out the circle. That was a little bit too much. Okay, that's going to be good enough for now. It's a little bit difficult doing this on this platform here. So there we have the example of labeling the center and the radius of the circle that has the equation of quantity x minus 4 squared plus quantity y minus 2 squared equal to 25. For numbers 3 and 4, look at the graph at the bottom of the page. You'll see a graph of a circle right there. And this is the circle that you want to use for numbers 3 and for number 4. So for number 3, you have to label the center, the radius. So let's start with that. I'm going to expand this. So the center is going to be at, let's see here, let's find the center. So if we count from the middle point here, we can kind of imagine a point there. Okay, this is going to be the diameter here. And we know that the radius is going to be halfway through that point. So we got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So count up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Then you have that your radius is 7, and your coordinate here is going to be -2 and 7. So there's the coordinate, and the radius is 7. Now we want to also label the point above the center that's on the circle. So that's this point right here, and that is -2, 14. And we want to label the one below, -2, 0. We want to label the point to the left. which is going to be -9, 7, and the one to the right, 5, 7. So you can imagine that we still have the radius here that's equal to 7 here, 7 here, 7 here. And so with the input should be the same for this point here and this point here and the center. And the output should be the same for this point here, and the center. And then in order to get the output for these 2 points, you need to add 7 to this output and subtract 7 to get this output. And then in order to get the input here, you need to add 7 and then subtract 7. And then we need to give the equation of the circle. Well, that's why I had you label the points from before, because all of the points you labeled in number 3 is going to help you complete number 4. And so in order to get the labeling, we need to note that the center is -2, 7, and the radius is 7. We're going to use the opposite thinking that we used at the beginning to graph. Remember that the general equation is x minus the input of the center, y minus the input of the output of the center, and then that's equal to the radius. So the radius squared. The radius squared. So the input of the circle is -2. The output of the center is 7. And so we have our equation is x plus 2 quantity squared plus y minus 7 quantity squared equals 49. The other part of number 4, finding the equation of the line that is tangent at -9, 7. The point -9, 7 is right here. It's like it's one of those points that you can find that's from, oh, that's not -9, 7. Right here. Now the line that's tangent to that is this line right here. Ooh, that's not pretty. Let's see if we can make that prettier. I assure you this is more difficult than it seems it would be. So I have the equation x equals -9. Now for the line that is tangent at -2, 0. -2, 0 is right here. And the line that's tangent to that is actually the x-axis. And the equation for the x-axis is y equals 0, because all of the outputs along the x-axis is y equals 0. So this other line that we had from the previous slide, x equals -9, this is saying that all of the input along this line is -9. And so when you're looking for the equation of a vertical line, you want to look at the input. So equation of vertical line, the input will help you find that equation, and the equation of a horizontal line, the output, can help you find that equation.